Despite years of back and forth between the city of West Palm Beach and the state, it seems plans to extend State Road 7 are still in place. And this is what we're talking about, extending State Road 7 north about 5 miles to Northlake Boulevard. It's something the city has opposed, but the Florida Department of Transportation says it's necessary for those living in places in western communities like Wellington, Royal Palm Beach, Loxahatchee, and the Acreage. Tonight, our Jamilka Gibson spoke with drivers who navigate these roads every day. She joins us live with more on the controversy. Jamilka?
Liz, I spoke with a number of people in the area who were all for this State Road 7 extension. But it's the people who live in Ibis, this gated community right behind me, who are against it.
The Florida Department of Transportation is moving forward with plans it says will alleviate traffic headaches for those commuting north and south through the western part of Palm Beach County.
It's been a battle for years.
The State Road 7 extension project would add 5 miles of road to the artery connecting Okeechobee Boulevard to Northlake Boulevard. Currently, those wanting to travel between Okeechobee and Northlake have limited options.
And we're stuck. You only have 2 ways out. At least that gives you 1 more way for right now. Peak hours in the morning, if you leave at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're basically stuck at Ibis for the traffic lights, and at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's like a deadlock here.
Many people who live in the area telling CBS12 News the move would cut their commute and decrease congestion.
The amount of additional development that's taken place out west here is taking our neighborhood and turning it into a busy North Palm Beach setup that we never set this up. The place was never designed for that.
But it's been a legal battle between the state and the city of West Palm Beach. The Ibis community is within city limits.
I think a lot of the residents really don't want it.
Ibis Country Club residents argue the expansion would cause flooding to their gated community and damage the ecosystem of the Grassy Waters Preserve wetlands. Early last month, a judge ruled against the city's argument, requesting an environmental permit to proceed. The city has since filed a challenge with the South Florida Water Management District, which issued the permit in 2021.
I reached out to the city of West Palm Beach for comment and was told they are unable to comment because this is an active legal matter. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Jamilka Gibson, CBS 12 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Kidantis. Tonight, tens of thousands of residents in the western part of Palm Beach County are preparing for a traffic nightmare as their only access out of the area is shut down for railroad repairs on Northlake Boulevard. The Indian Trail Improvement District called an emergency meeting this evening to discuss what residents can expect when the road is shut down in both directions at Beeline Highway. The good news? What was expected to be an 8-day shutdown could now just last 5 days. CBS 12's Jamilka Gibson was at tonight's meeting and joins us live from Northlake Boulevard near the impacted area. Jamilka?
Liz, tonight it was discussed that CXS will be working 24/7 to make sure this job is completed as soon as possible.
An emergency special meeting to discuss the closure of the Northlake Boulevard CSX railroad crossing at Beeline Highway.
It is going to be a nightmare.
It's a move the Indian Trail Improvement District says will impact up to 70,000 people, forcing them to seek alternate routes for daily commutes.
Please be patient and be courteous. We don't want to see collisions in this mix. It'll be very complicated for first responders.
Richard Vassilotti with the ITID says the safest and most efficient way for drivers to get to their destinations is to avoid cutting through neighborhood district roads like Hall Boulevard, 140th Avenue, and Great View Boulevard.
The majority of them are dead ends with canals. People who are coming through here and may cut through here, they're not aware of these intersections, and I've seen a lot of very horrific crashes over the years.
Instead, residents are being urged to utilize the designated detour routes, which include county roads like Seminole Pratt Whitney and Coconut Boulevard.
There's no shortcuts. We're all in this together. The cut-through roads are, I promise you, there's not the roads to be on. Stay on the detour routes. It'll be safer, and let's all get through this together.
Officials say they are prepared to bring out a temporary bridge for emergency vehicles and will send an opt-in text message to keep residents informed.
Officials are still trying to figure out the dates, but say work can begin on July 18th, the 25th, or August 1st. Reporting live in Palm Beach County, Jamelka Gibson, CBS 12 News.
Well, today we could learn the dates for a major road closure that will impact thousands of drivers in Palm Beach County.
A railroad project is set to close Northlake Boulevard at Beeline Highway for 8 days. As we first reported, officials have a target date of Friday, July 25th.
And FDOT is vowing to give drivers a 3-week heads up and get the project done before the first day of school. But a road project like this involves many people and agencies all working together to come up with solutions for all the challenges out there.
And our Stephanie Valderrama is live this morning with a look at how officials are mitigating the impacts on commuters. Steph?
Matt, Sam, road construction fatigue is very real, especially if you're someone who uses Seminole Pratt Whitney Road, Northlake Boulevard, even Beeline Highway. So this morning we're digging in deeper, taking a closer look at how this closure is going to impact both you and your family.
Commuter chaos is brewing for western Palm Beach County. CSX has been eyeing fixing its track along Northlake Boulevard at Beeline Highway for some time. The company says there are issues they can't put off fixing any longer.
They've had concerns and issues with basically how it was constructed originally, and it's not necessarily what you feel driving across the intersection in the car, it's what the train feels driving, through that intersection.
CSX plans to rip everything up and replace it. Necessary work to improve the crossing for years to come.
The first few days are going to be critical for them to more or less replace, remove, obliterate that track area. The panels for the vehicular traffic will be removed, the rail will be removed, and then they'll completely rebuild that crossing.
According to senior project engineer Mel Pollack, with the railroad crossing repairs, FDOT saw this as an opportunity to also replace the railroad signals on Northlake near the intersection. What's there now would eventually get ripped up as well as part of the ongoing road reconstruction project. Pollack tells CBS 12 News putting in a temporary signal would have required a road closure, but now both projects can be done at once, saving some commuters another headache.
It would be great for me and terrible for everybody else.
An 8-day closure was proposed to do all the necessary work at the intersection, a critical route for thousands of drivers.
I'm very skeptical that it's going to last as long as they say. Usually it's always longer.
But it's something that has to get done, and I'd rather it be, 8 days than forever with a project that seems like it never ends.
Some drivers are already thinking ahead.
I'm hoping to actually try to leave, alternate my work schedule for that week and maybe leave at 10 o'clock and work later and come back to try to avoid as much as possible, but haven't cleared that with my boss yet.
To combat what could be a nightmare for commuters, Pollack says construction will pause along the detour routes, which are being prepared for an influx of traffic.
They're installing modems so that they can remotely view those intersections and control the green time, and they're working a signal timing plan to try and get the most traffic through each intersection.
Barriers will be placed near the intersection to protect workers who are going to be working around the clock during the closure. Law enforcement will also be monitoring the intersection, detour routes, and a cut-through path just north of the Beeline and Northlake intersection, which will be strictly for first responders so they can get to emergencies.
Fire and police, they're also going to stage additional resources at their stations to the west of the intersection.
So we're learning that road work will start promptly on a Friday at 8 p.m. Again, as of this morning, the target date for that project is Friday, July 25th. That would align with that 3-week notice that they're hoping to give drivers and also get it done before the first day of school, which is August 11th. But that could change. We're hoping to get that information today. And as soon as we learn anything, we're going to bring that information to you. Matt, Sam.
All right, Steph.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. As you know, Northlake Boulevard will be closed at the railroad tracks, probably for about 8 days. We understand it's an inconvenience, but your patience will help keep everyone safe. Do you have a big family? Try carpooling for the week. Please follow all the detour signs and avoid using neighborhood streets or shortcuts. If your job allows, consider working home for that week. If you have flexibility, leave earlier than usual and plan to arrive home before the noon rush. Don't forget to fuel up your vehicle in advance to avoid unexpected delays. Please obey the directions of law enforcement that may be stationed at key intersections. They're there to help keep traffic moving and keep you safe. Lastly, be aware that non-emergency law enforcement responses may be delayed a little bit during this time frame. We appreciate your understanding. Let's all work together, and we appreciate your patience. Thank you.
It's a project that's already causing headaches, and the traffic cones aren't even up yet.
Tens of thousands of drivers rely on Northlake Boulevard every day, but an 8-day shutdown is looming at the CSX railroad crossing at Beeline Highway.
Yeah, CBS 12's Katie Benty is live tonight with when this traffic nightmare could begin and what's being done right now to keep Palm Beach County moving.
Well, Jim, Liz, stock up on snacks and maybe call your boss. Now, county leaders say this should be treated like storm prep, only we're not talking about a hurricane. We're actually talking about these railroad tracks right here behind me. Now, all of these drivers you see making their way home from work tonight, their daily commute is about to get messy. Commuters, buckle up. It's about to be a bumpy week in Palm Beach County. The Northlake Boulevard crossing at Beeline Highway is scheduled to shut down for 8 days. County leaders say treat this like a storm.
It will be painful, but if you can stay home, if you can stock up, hit Costco before the time comes.
The project has been years in the making, a full CSX railroad rebuild. Rails, panels, signals, all being ripped out and replaced. And to avoid another future closure, FDOT is replacing the crossing signals too.
I don't think this is going to be pleasant for any of the residents at all. So making it as least impactful as possible is the goal.
But one big question remains. When does it start? CSX told CBS 12 News the target date moved from July 25th to August 1st, but that's still not final.
Hopefully does not fall within the calendar year of our school system. That would be very nice.
Behind the scenes, the sheriff's office is gearing up. They've identified high traffic zones, staggered shifts, and promised to keep traffic flowing.
Our goal is prevention, not enforcement. We're not aiming to stop any vehicles unless we absolutely have to. That would slow traffic down even more.
Emergency vehicles will still be able to respond using a special cut-through on Loop Road, just off Beeline. Inside county operations, nearly 1,000 essential workers, including deputies, firefighters, and bus operators, will still have to report in. But for everyone else, county leaders say if you can adjust, do it.
If you have an opportunity, a nice staycation, hopefully the weather will be nice. You can hang out in the backyard and maybe work from home.
Well, CSX should have a start date locked in within the next 48 hours, but it could be as soon as July 25th or as late as August 1st. It definitely seems to be like they're leaning towards August 1st. But again, they're trying to finish up this project before kids head back into class, which is going to be August 11th. Reporting live in Palm Beach Gardens, I'm Katie Benty, CBS 12 News.
Through the course of the construction, drivers are being asked to use the detour routes that will be in place. Traffic will be rerouted through Seminole Pratt Whitney Road, as well as Coconut Boulevard to Okeechobee Boulevard or Southern Boulevard. Drivers could also take Royal Palm Beach Boulevard or State Road 7. It's official. Northlake Boulevard at the Beeline Highway will be shut down on Friday, August 1st. Transport company CSX met today to lock down an official date to start its railroad repair project. Construction is expected to last for 8 days, which means tens of thousands of drivers will have to take detours, making their commutes much longer. County leaders say there's not much that can be done about it and recommend people stay home and stock up. The date is set and the clock is ticking. The Northlake Boulevard Railroad crossing at Beeline Highway will shut down for 8 straight days starting Friday, August 1st.
County officials urging drivers to prepare ahead of time, but the big question remains just how disruptive will that detour really be?
CBS 12's Katie Benty took the detour for a test drive, and she's in the studio now with what you need to know. Katie, just how much time could this closure add to your commute?
Well, Jim, Liz, if you think that this detour will only add a few extra minutes, think again, because we drove it ourselves, and the difference isn't just frustrating, it's shocking.
It's a reroute you will feel. Northlake Boulevard at Beeline Highway will shut down for 8 days straight, around the clock, starting Friday, August 1st. CSX is replacing the entire railroad crossing, tracks, panels, signals, the works. And for drivers, it means one thing: detours, long ones.
It will be painful, but if you can stay home, if you can stock up, hit Costco before the time comes.
We buckled up and put it to the test. Starting at the Ibis Publix Plaza off Northlake, we drove to the other side of the closure, Northlake and Military near PGA National Park. On the left, the usual route, a 6-mile drive straight down Northlake. On the right, the detour, down Seminole Pratt Whitney, east on Southern Boulevard, then north on Military Trail. A trip that normally takes less than 10 minutes took over an hour, and that's without traffic. It's a 34-mile loop for some drivers. Even the shorter 21-mile option is still a hike. Law enforcement is bracing for the backup. Sheriff's deputies say they'll stagger shifts and monitor hotspots to keep cars moving. And emergency vehicles will use a cut-through off-loop road.
If you have an opportunity, a nice staycation, hopefully the weather will be nice. You can hang out in the backyard and maybe work from home.
So mark it down, August 1st at 8 p.m. That's when the shutdown hits. So stock up, plan ahead, and as that one commissioner put it, you might need to reroute your life for a week. Back to you.
Drivers who rely on Northlake Boulevard in Palm Beach County could be in for a major headache.
That's right. Come August 1st, a key railroad crossing at Beeline Highway is set to shut down for 10 straight days. The detour, it's long, and it's for commuters. Some commuters, it's very expensive for some of them.
But tonight, CBS 12's Tiffany Rizzo shows us how the county is getting creative, encouraging residents to trade their traffic stress for a staycation.
Tiffany is live at the intersection where the closure begins.
Hey, Lulie and Liz, this closure is going to cause some serious disruptions. With what should be a 10-minute drive is going to turn more into an hour detour, and that's without traffic. But while the railroad crossing is under construction, the county is pushing an unexpected solution. Skip the detour and check into a local hotel. As soon as drivers heard Northlake Boulevard Railroad crossing at Beeline Highway was shutting down for 10 straight days, the complaints started rolling in.
Yes, it's going to be a pain in the butt.
We had doctor's appointments scheduled and other appointments scheduled, and I had to go and reschedule everything.
And that may have been a good idea because the traffic is expected to be bad. The closure begins Friday, August 1st. The usual route is just 6 miles straight down Northlake. But with detours, you're looking at 21 miles round trip on the shorter route or up to 34 miles a day for some drivers.
It'll be a nightmare.
With the average gas price in Palm Beach County around $3 a gallon, you're looking at spending more than $80 if you're stuck taking the longer loop, and around $50 if you take the shorter detour. So instead of burning gas and time, Palm Beach County has a new idea, a staycation.
It can alleviate a little bit of the traffic and also give them a little bit of a break and also fill those hotel rooms, which is like a lifeblood of our economy here in Palm Beach County.
Discover Palm Beaches is now promoting hotel options like the Belgrove Resort and Spa.
We look forward to welcoming everybody for a staycation. Beat that traffic. Come stay with us at our hidden gem. We would love to welcome you.
The general manager tells me they're offering a staycation package specifically for local residents and waiving some fees to get the most out of the stay.
It also gives you a chance to take a break, mental recharge, and save money while you're doing it because these offers that are offered just at this time are probably not going to come back anytime soon.
And drivers who rely on this stretch of Northlake Boulevard are in for a major inconvenience. Again, the closure right here at Beeline Highway starts Friday, August 1st through the 10th. Reporting live in Palm Beach County, Tiffany Rizzo, CBS 12 News.
Everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Quidantes. We begin tonight with our coverage on the major road closure set to happen in western Palm Beach County. Starting August 1st, Northlake Boulevard will be shut down at Beeline Highway for railroad repairs. A sign has gone up at the intersection of Northlake Boulevard and Beeline Highway. CSX is replacing the entire railroad crossing, tracks, panels, and signals. The 20 to 30 mile detour will affect up to 70,000 drivers. The big question tonight, How are officials getting the word out with less than 3 weeks until that closure? CBS 12's Jamilka Gibson caught up with one resident who was completely unaware of the shutdown. She joins us live with that story tonight. Jamilka?
Liz, officials tell me they put together a communication plan, but what exactly that entails, we're still trying to figure out. But tonight I spoke with residents, some who know about the closure and others who don't.
It's the kind of news that will throw you off your daily routine. An 8-day closure at Northlake Boulevard and Beeline Highway for railroad repairs.
Well, I think it's going to be a pain that week. I'm planning to work from home.
The project has been set for August 1st. Officials promised to provide residents with a 3 weeks notice prior to the closure, and that countdown has begun. Some residents say they heard about the closure from their homeowners associations.
Did you hear about this closure that's going to take place?
I did. I live over in Ibis. I heard about it through my my association.
Others say they've stumbled across social media posts online.
We've heard about the closure on the Ibis Facebook page, on the local news, the social media, and people talking amongst themselves.
Tayana lives in Loxahatchee and travels daily to West Palm Beach for work. She says she had no idea.
I am not officially aware. I didn't receive a memo or anything like that. So I take this road and head northeast. So this is like my only way that I have to travel. So for it to be that long, I think that's very unacceptable.
Late last week, CBS 12 News hit the gas and traveled along the proposed detour route to get to PGA National. We started at the Ibis Publix Plaza on Northlake Boulevard, headed west to Seminole Pratt Whitney, then south to Southern Boulevard, then east, all the way to Military Trail. The nearly 35-mile detour took about an hour without traffic. Normally, the commute would take only about 6 minutes.
It's going to cause increasingly more congestion, probably car accidents. People will be angry because they're going to be so delayed. Obviously, somebody like myself, I'm probably going to have to get up earlier to be able to go through this detour.
Officials with FDOT tell me the word is being pushed out on social media, that letters will be mailed out, and that flyers have been handed out to businesses along Northlake between Beeline and Seminole Pratt Whitney.
I reached out to the county to see how they plan on notifying the community about the closure, but tonight I was told they were unavailable for comment. Reporting live in Palm Beach County, Jamilka Gibson, CBS 12 News.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. As you know, Northlake Boulevard will be closed at the railroad tracks, probably for about 8 days. We understand it's an inconvenience, but your patience will help keep everyone safe. Do you have a big family? Try carpooling for the week. Please follow all the detour signs and avoid using neighborhood streets or shortcuts. If your job allows, consider working home for that week. If you have flexibility, leave earlier than usual and plan to arrive home before the noon rush. Don't forget to fuel up your vehicle in advance to avoid unexpected delays. Please obey the directions of law enforcement that may be stationed at key intersections. They're there to help keep traffic moving and keep you safe. Lastly, be aware that non-emergency law enforcement responses may be delayed a little bit during this time frame. We appreciate your understanding. Let's all work together, and we appreciate your patience. Thank you.